Welcome, Ravens. I am your host, Morrigan, and you're listening to Raven's Ramblings. Episode 5, Bikini Bodies. Whenever I hear the term bikini body, I am always reminded of the two best inspirational quotes I have ever read on Instagram posts. All bodies are bikini bodies if you put a bikini on them. The way to get a bikini body is to put a bikini on and go to the beach. But why do we not feel that way? A bikini is probably the most revealing piece of clothing you can ever wear outside of lingerie. But lingerie can be a bit forgiving. It can have padded cups, tummy-firming lining, but bikinis are not always structured in that way. They're often thinner fabrics and far less structured. So it's no wonder that most of us are rather uncomfortable wearing them. Summer rolls around and those long vacation weeks that we've booked, that we're really looking forward to, come into purview, and we dread that moment when we are forced to look at ourselves in choices of swimwear to lounge around the pool in the mirror. Regardless of whether we have perfect bodies or not, we will always find imperfections when we are faced with ourselves in swimwear of any kind. Bikinis are scary. Lumps, bumps, cellulite, scars, mum-tums, hair, pronounced veins, thinning skin, wrinkles, folds are all there to be seen in frightening reality, ready to be judged by every single onlooker that we encounter, from our partners and loved ones to children, close friends and strangers. The pressure is real. It's a harsh reality check on our bodies, and we are never prepared for it. Yes, there is always the jokes about finally shaving legs and other areas after the winter, kind of hibernation period. But there are also concerns. No matter how big our smiles, we know we're being judged by others, and that judging can be brutal. Anything than absolute perfection will be noted. We're talking about comments around wrong style, wrong coverage, wrong support, wrong pattern, not enough pattern, even wrong colour for our skin tone. So what can we do to help ourselves through this traumatic experience? Well, we can scour magazines looking for advice and tips, or photos of models who have had outfits selected for them to get them into the right look for ourselves. Or we can get out there, screw everybody else and enjoy the summer however we look. All right, so I know it's not that simple. There is a big mental step when we have any imperfections in our body, and it's putting them on display, let alone getting them out in skimpy outfits. That is huge. I can't remember the last time I owned a bikini, but I'm pretty sure my age was in single figures. Putting on swimwear is leaving little to nothing to the imagination. When it comes to our body shapes, and putting on a bikini leaves even less. For me, I'm genuinely uncomfortable in bikinis, not because of my body shape, although that is a big part of it, but I mean physically uncomfortable. To be honest, underwear drives me mad, with underwired bras that stick into you and bands that just seem to get tighter as the day goes on. Why would I want to wear something like that to feel comfortable when I'm just relaxing whilst on holiday? For me, it's a one piece all the way. A modified one piece, which I shall talk about later and try to help you visualise, but a one piece all the same. Not for its miraculous properties to help me look good, because it doesn't, but because I'm not one for bodily exposure. I am more comfortable in a one piece that supports me than having little of me covered. But in saying that, I don't really care when I walk from the sun lounger to the pool that my legs wobble. I may not like it, but my body's my body, and to quote a lady I've grown to admire on YouTube, if people don't like it, they don't have to look. But aside from that, I decided to adorn my limbs with ink that others may love or hate. But if they're staring, I like to think it's at my tattoos and not my cellulite or additional folds of skin in some areas. And although my tattoos are for me and not for others, when they are on show like this, it does help my confidence that they are the first thing you notice and not my slightly deformed lower left leg. But hey, it's not that easy. Confidence is not something we all have, and being exposed, practically in our birthday suits in public, is not easy. But I wanted to see if I could give you some tips on how to feel better during the day when we want to be enjoying a relaxing time and now spending it, or trying not to spend it, I suppose, self-conscious and hiding. But before I go on, just to say, I will be doing a podcast with a guest who is amazing at body positivity. But I just wanted to give you some of my tips for things that, I've worked out for myself. Now, these tips may not be the best tips, but they are some I have used, and some of them will revolve around my fashion distraction podcast. So I hope again you've been listening. So here goes. Number 1, choose a bikini or one piece that suits your body type best. This is hard and there are so many options. Mix and match sets are always a great way to go, especially when you have a body that's not perfectly proportioned. But the techniques of distraction that I mentioned in my first podcast still work for bikinis as they do for normal outfits. So if you have a larger bottom half, then go for colour blocking with darker colours on the bottom and lighter, brighter colours on the top. There are one pieces that you can get that have this effect. You just need to look hard enough for them. Remembering that most colours go with black and navy means that you can go for plain navy bottom half and a tropical print top half if you so wish. And do this technique in reverse if your body is larger on the top than on the bottom. I would always personally recommend, regardless of your size, that you buy a bikini as a separate and not as a paired item if you want that perfect fit. You need to shop for it like it's underwear and get each piece in the right fit for you, rather than try it and buy a paired item and then have to try and squeeze into one of the pieces because the brand has put something together on your behalf, assuming your measurements. When it comes to fit, if you are going down the two-piece bikini route, then if you are plus size and worried about your tummy, then go for a high-waisted or super high-waisted bottom. These not only give you more coverage, but they also often have a hidden tummy panel that gives you extra support to mum tums and wobbly bits. Not all bikini bottoms have to be tiny, hip-hugging G-string style. And a tip for those of you with hip dips, yes, that's a thing. You guys need to look for bottoms that have ties at the side. They can be purely decoration, but again, it's all about that little bit of distraction from other areas. People will notice the tie details, not the dipped hip underneath. If you really want a two-piece but you're not brave enough to bare the belly, then Tankini Tops are available. They have areas of chest support, whether underwired or not, and Tankini Tops are a good way to wear a two-piece, but with the comfort of a lot less exposure. There are also nowadays bikini bra tops that have ruffle pieces or overlays, so that also help you bridge that gap between the top half and the bottom. If you put them together in a mix and match fashion, then again, this allows you to choose your desired fabrics and design in a unique and personalised way. If you favour the one piece, just look for ones that provide good support. Cups or hidden sections for tummy support, bust panels, anything like that is always going to help you. At minimum, I would suggest you go for something lined. Yeah, it may seem weird, but even the slightly tighter inner fabric can help with hiding some of those bits. And even if they don't, the psychological boost it gives us really helps. Number 2, choose something that suits your personality. Don't choose the brightest thing in the shop because it's there. Choose something that suits who you are. Don't feel like you have to conform to what others do. If you like bold prints in your normal clothing, don't hide away in plain dark colours, unless using the distraction technique tip, of course. And vice versa. If you're known for wearing dark, plain clothing in your day-to-day, don't feel you have to wear a swimsuit or a bikini in bright neon colours and suddenly start wearing prints. If you like embellishments, go for something with embroidery or details that makes it fun. A nice little diamante strap, maybe. Your swimwear should be an extension of your wardrobe and make you feel comfortable, not be something you wear because others think you should. Number 3, choose your cover-up wisely. If you want to suddenly wear a caftan, then go for it. But if you don't think that wearing something loose and baggy will suit you or it will make you feel like you're wearing a tent, then don't. Find a more form-fitting item, maybe a little tie waist. If cover-ups aren't your thing, then just find a pair of nice shorts and a top that you like, even maybe a little dress. Covering up is just that, and how you do it is up to you. My next piece of advice is going to sound a little strange. Wear your chosen swimwear around the house. When the kids are at school and the other half is at work, or just in the evenings whilst watching your favourite TV programme, and get used to it. Bearing all can be daunting, so you want to feel as natural and comfortable in it as you can. Wear it, safely of course, to cook dinner, or just when you and your partner are sat watching TV. Use it as sexy lingerie if you would. Take the surprise out of them seeing you in it for the first time in a hotel room before you're about to hit the beach. Pop a cover up or pair of shorts and a t-shirt on over it and physically choose a time to stand up and take those layers off, imagining, if you will, that you're at the beach or beside the pool ready for a dip. Normalise the wearing of swimwear so that those 2 weeks of the year when you are away on holiday, it's not something scary. Oh, and don't put it on and then spend your time standing in front of a long length full mirror looking at your faults and trying to find issues. Just do the top to toe check and then get on with the things you need to do. Those checks are: make sure your hair isn't caught in any ties or straps and that your straps are untwisted. Make sure all labels have been removed. That you haven't got any areas that are showing that shouldn't be. No nipple slips here, please, girls. That you're wearing the right way around and not inside out. Oh, come on, we've all done it. And that you've not got any toilet roll coming out with the bottoms. Again, we've been there too. And that's it. You're good to go. Moisturising, fake tanning, shaving, exfoliating, all of that can be done another day. Number 5. Customise your swimwear if you want to. Just because you bought your swimwear online or at the department store doesn't mean that's how you have to wear it. If you're handy with a needle and thread, then add your own embellishments or additions that make it more you. If there are removable ties, then add a coloured one instead of the one that came with it. If you're not one for the pool and just want to sit around and look glamorous with your favourite book, then maybe a fabric brooch can be in a simple additional patch. In the same way, long layered necklaces over outfits and chunky bangles can enhance an outfit for the beach. So those are the tips I have. But what else can you do? Well, here is where I tell you how I have altered items to give myself confidence. but you're going to have to use your imagination a little. Being of the Gothic persuasion, I obviously go to the beach in black. Not that I go to the beach, I sit under a big parasol in the shade and try not to look at the sun just in case, I burn. But I like to be covered up. So, as mentioned, my choice is a one piece. And I nearly always have a cover up that protects my skin from the light when needed. Yes, UV allergies are a thing and sunlight can be damn painful. My chosen swimwear is a gorgeous one piece that's plain black with a keyhole neckline attached to a reverse halter. So for those of you that can't imagine it, there's a band below my chest that goes into a supported and padded piece that goes into a gathered neck with a strap that goes through that gather and attaches at the back like two straps. So it's like a swimsuit with straps, but instead of the straps being attached at the front in the normal manner, they go through a gathered neck. There's then like a little keyhole cut out at the neckline that goes down to the band under my chest that exposes the middle of my boobs a little bit. Now, on the model, it looked fantastic, and I have to say it is a gorgeous swimsuit. But when I first put it on, I noticed that the middle section, where my boobs were exposed, were not quite as nice as they were on the model, and it was a little bit unflattering and looked like a dodgy pair of lips poking through. So I needed to do something to customise this. So I purchased a plain black bandeau bikini. Again, something else I can't say. I've got to stop this alliteration in my podcast. Anyway, that has a traditional halter neck strap. So it also has a very similar look across the chest. There's an opening at the front and it has these little like inch wide straps holding it together. So I took some sewing pins and I pinned the opening of the bikini top to the inside of the keyhole opening on the swimsuit and stitched them together. Now I have a dual one piece. I have the added chest support of the bandeau bikini and the straps across the keyhole which hold me in, and I have the normal halter straps and the reverse halter straps, giving it that extra gothy harness strappy look that we all love. I have confidence in my outfit. I feel secure that I'm not going to fall out of it when I walk around. The tummy panel lining is also a big help. And it's a simple enough customisation that I literally did it sat in a hotel room with a needle and thread that they give you in those stupid little packets. And I have a couple of swimsuits that are the same. I've even got a spare swimsuit and a spare top. So when one goes, I've got a third. But they are making it in my personality. And to be honest, they're pretty flattering. I've had a couple of people at our local pool asking me where I got it. And I have to explain that it's two items combined into one. For my cover-ups, I like to wear a long floaty cotton fabric cardigan with a simple fastening at the waistline. I think they're called frog clasps. It's elegant, it's to my style, it has lace inserts that give it that bit of a gothic twist, and it's unique to everyone else around me who sat there in their hip-length kind of tunic throw-ons. Team that with a black sun hat and sunglasses, and the plus-size Audrey Hepburn that I've wanted to be all my life is now sat by the pool. You can make your swimwear as unique as you are. And if you are alternative, please don't think you have to buy it from an alternative brand to be classed in that category. Plain black with your own twist of accessories can be just as good. But what else can we do to help our confidence when the time comes to bear all? Well, the thing that's going to be on show most is our skin. So spend some time exposing it and prepping it for that exposure. Here are a few other tips, just from me. Number 1, moisturise your skin from head to toe. Whether you enjoy the look of a suntan or whether, like me, you prefer to stay on the pale side, get your skin looking good. Get it looking nourished. A good body moisturiser can help your skin look healthy and will also allow for that sunscreen application to sink into the skin better, giving more even coverage and more even protection. Also, if you have tattoos, the more moisturised the skin, the better they're going to look. Number 2, drink plenty of water. Long hot days take their toll on the body and will make us dehydrated quicker. Lots of water will help you feeling well and also plump up the skin. This will also help reduce the appearance of cellulite, something we all need. Number 3, get a good quality sunscreen. Regardless of whether you want a tan or not, sunscreen is essential. Parts of your body are about to be on show, probably for the first time in a year. So make sure your skin is protected. For those of us with a paler persuasion, it's a good idea to start putting sunscreen on those parts of your skin that maybe don't see sunlight more than once a year, about a week before you go on holiday. This is to get the skin used to the type of cream you're going to be using to get its maximum protection. Some skins just do not like thick creams, which we know sunscreen can be. The more you prepare, the less likely you will be of running the risk of sunburn at that first look of the sun through the clouds. And don't think that if you're darker skinned that you don't need sunscreen. Your skin may be more resilient, but harmful rays can still cause skin problems and burning. Please protect yourselves. Number 4. On the same line, don't forget to find a good quality after sun. They have soothing properties and moisturisers in them that are designed to deal with the after effects of being in the sun that other moisturisers do not have. Number 5. Treat yourself to a mani-pedi. The worst feeling in the world is to be out on holiday in sandals with feet that don't match up to the fabulousness of your outfit. Now, I hate having my feet touched and therefore do my own mani-pedis, but I make sure that I start using foot creams, getting rid of dry skin, even use those dry skin foot bag things that seem to have become popular in the last year. It all really helps. Number 6. Make sure you have protected your hair. This is one people tend to forget. There are sprays and leave-in conditioners that you can use, but I've got a big tip for anyone who has dyed hair or likes to swim a lot. Well, to be honest, generally hair, but I say this with the exception of any form of afro hair. This tip is not recommended, and I'm very sorry. I just don't think it's suitable for the hair type you have. I wish I had tips for you. But if you have any other type of hair, try this one. Buy yourself a white coloured conditioner from a drugstore. Not pink, not mint green, white. Doesn't need to be high end, but try and get one for dry hair, as it will have extra nourishing. I can't even say it. Extra moisturising properties. There we go. Decant some into a spray bottle, about a third of the way up. Then pour in a small amount, probably just pour it for maybe 3 to 5 seconds, dependent on consistency, of course, the sunscreen that you use into your conditioner. Put the top on the bottle and shake well until the two mixtures appear combined. You can do this in a mixing jug and pour the concoction into a bottle afterwards if you prefer. I like the bottle method, but sometimes a whisk might be better. Then add a few drops of any hair serum or oils that you have. Don't overdo it, just maybe 1 or 2. And I mean a few, literally 1 or 2 drops. And don't use too many products. If you've got one good hair serum, use just that one. Again, shake the bottle or whisk up to mix. Once done, top up the bottle with water. If you can use Water not out of the tap, but mineral water out of a bottle, or if you have a good mineral water at work, borrow some from there, and shake or whisk until you have a fully smooth liquid. Now pop it into the bottle and check that it sprays without clogging. If it is a little too thick, pour some out and add more water and remix. To use, spray a small amount over the hair before going out in the sun and comb through and repeat after swimming. Rinse your hair at the first available time you can, especially if there are outdoor showers. This will help avoiding fading and any salt damage from the sun and sea, and will also help with protection from any chlorinated water. It will also help brushing out the knots in kids' hair for all the family. Number 7, if you have tattoos, make sure they are kept moisturised and are also protected with sunscreen. If you have a new tattoo, keep it out of the sun. I don't care how much you want to show it off. It's a wound. It needs to have care and protection, and the sun is not only going to fade it, but it is going to be harmful to the weak skin and make you susceptible to burning and possibly infection. The last thing you want is sunburn on a tattoo. Sunburn's painful enough. On a healing tattoo? Oh, no thanks. And don't forget that swimming is a no-no. Chlorine and open wounds, no matter how much you think it's healed, do not mix. Try not to get new ink within 3 months of going on holiday if you want to swim and sunbathe a lot. And in the same way, whilst you're in the sun, make sure all scarring you may have is well protected. So please cover up where possible. And of course, always listen to your tattoo artist if you are getting tattooed close to a holiday. They will give you the best advice, but they will all tell you, don't get it out in the sun. When it comes to being on a beach or around the pool, the best thing you can wear is confidence and a smile. So what if you have a wobbly tummy? It means your body has been on a journey. Be proud of it. You have a cesarean scar from giving birth. Amazing. You have cellulite or stretch marks, pitting, dimples. All it means is that you're human. Every single body at a beach is amazing, and it's been on its own journey through life. Any imperfections should be embraced and not hidden. We are all unique, and no one should feel scared to go on holiday and live their few weeks in the sun however they want. But by choosing the right style of swimwear, using distraction techniques as you need to, and enjoying yourself and wearing that big smile is the best thing you can do. If people stare, then let them. There's obviously something about you that's interesting. If they make a negative remark, that's on them, not you. It's a sign of their personality and lack of true acceptance. And remember, if they don't like it, they don't need to look. Thank you for listening. I'm going to sign off. And instead of my normal sign off, I'm going to say this one. Anybody is a bikini body if you put a bikini on it. Go and enjoy the sun. You've been listening to Raven's Ramblings, hosted by Morrigan Raven. For more information and links to my other social media sites, please visit my anchor.fm profile.